Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing this evening? Welcome into Deuces, episode number 37. This is week 7, spreads, player props, survival pool. This is a Toilets to Titles production. Tonight, as always, joined by my pals, the Frito Bandito himself. Rich, what's good?
Good. Week 7. Rough weekend. Didn't get to watch any football, so I really don't know what happened at all. I've been trying to catch up, but just been a busy week and everything. Schedule changed around, so we are going to. Supposedly, I had a good week, so we'll dive into that as we go on. So nice to be here with you guys tonight, and let's jump into it.
Hell yeah! And you can find Rich on Twitter at FritoBandito_FF. As always, also joined by Abe at MVinFF. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how we doing? Another rough week being a Packers fan, but as we've been saying the last couple of Wednesdays, that it's a new week. We can just all we can do is keep pushing forward instead of looking in the rearview mirror. So it's a new week, another week to be excited about. NFL is over the third of the way done with the regular season, so it seems like that is flying way too fast. But another week, we're here to keep it going.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough. But yeah, hey, you know what? And I'm going to, Mike, when you're listening to this right now, I promise I'm doing everything in my power to not drop any F-bombs when we talk about the Packers. If one slips, I am sorry.
I don't know how well that's going to go.
Well, I haven't had too many cocktails yet. Just, want to take the edge off. So, yeah, rough weekend. You can follow the show on Twitter at Toilets Titles. Listen, obviously, if you're listening to this right now, we're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Facebook, Twitch, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts, you'll find us. If you are listening to us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. We would really appreciate that. And also on Apple or iTunes, throw us a 5-star review. That would be appreciated as well. If you're listening now to live, I know there's 2 of you guys right now. Go ahead and hey, Steve, there it is. Hey, Steve did it before I even got to say it. That guy's on it. Here, are you sharing it?
Yeah, got it.
I'm a T2T fanatic, and your Twitter handle while we're going live, you get entered in to win a $100 Fanatics gift card. You can buy, a good team's jersey with your favorite player on it. Steve's probably going to buy he can't get a Rocky Sin jersey because unfortunately he's on Rich's team now. But maybe he'll get like a Bobby Okereke jersey. That'd be a sweet one. That guy plays actually. Shaq Leonard doesn't play anymore, so
Yeah, and real quick, now Steve is a prime example and everything. I mean, he's jumping on all our videos
every single show.
Yeah, and so we're going to try to limit the entries to like 10 maybe. So Steve, I think you're up to 5 now. So you got 5 more to go.
I didn't decide that, Steve. I was going to let you get as many as you want because I appreciate you watching every night. That's my guy. Anyways, toiletstiles.com. All our content's up there. Articles getting posted almost daily. I know Joe just sent one in to get edited for some Thursday night DFS stuff. And everybody, those guys have been killing it there. Also, patreon.com/toiletstitles. Appreciate all the Patreon supporters we have thus far. And, we appreciate you guys checking that out. I did record the waiver wire episode Monday night with Joe. It was a blast. I hadn't done it for a while, hadn't done it at all this season, and I enjoy doing those waiver wire episodes. It's kind of fun. See everybody else's stuff, and it helps me in the leagues I'm struggling in, which is all of them. Abe, I did beat you this weekend, Abe, and I'm sorry for that.
You did beat me.
What, 90-77? That was a barn.
Yeah, it was a rough go of it, that's for sure.
That again is also Bagley's fault for losing us money Monday night and losing you a fantasy matchup. Because we all bet on Justin Herbert, and he didn't throw a touchdown because that guy stinks, and his coach is a dipshit.
Yeah, it was. We can blame that on Bags. We can keep doing that.
All of it is on him. Yeah, definitely his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Survivor pool. The only thing I'm doing good at right now, apparently, because I have gotten 3 in a row.
That's a win streak.
That's how it works.
That is. Feels good. Packers can't do that. I can. That's right. I took the Chargers last week. I don't remember what who did we both pick the same team, Rich?
Yeah, initially you picked the Rams with me and everything, and I made you change in the middle of the show. So good pick there.
Yeah, hell yeah. It worked out.
I would have felt
I took
bad if
Chargers.
you would have lost because I made you change that pick.
That doesn't matter. I feel like I lost because the Chargers are so bad. So, but since it's just straight up, I did win. Abe took the Vikings. They also won. And Rich had the Rams. So clean sweep. That's the first time. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Thanks for looking up. We all
Nice.
got it right. So this week, I'm taking Patriots. I think I'm just gonna start picking whoever plays the Bears. That's my new thing, I think, or the Packers. I guess maybe I should have picked the Commanders, but I'm taking the Patriots. Abe, who you got?
I got the Ravens. When I came on here and looked, I saw that Rich had the Bucks, and for some reason, I don't know why I was thinking this, but for some reason, I was thinking that Rich picked the Patriots. So I went and chose the Ravens because in my mind all day, I'm like, I'm not going to choose first because I'm the last one to have. I've had, I think, the most recent loss. So I'm like, I'm not going to pick. So, and I saw Rich pick the Bucks, and in my mind, I was thinking the Patriots. So I wouldn't pick the Ravens, but I like the Ravens and/or Patriots both for picks this week for sure. And I like the Bucks. So hopefully we have a run of 2 straight weeks for us.
Yeah. So shocker. If you don't already know now, I picked the Bucks.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're
Sorry
good,
to
you're
give it
good.
away.
So real quick, I think so. Patriots did win last week, and me and Abe went with the teams that lost last week. Which they should have both beat the teams that they lost to very steadily because I think they had big spreads last week. And Ravens lost to Steelers? Steelers
they
beat
lost
the Bucks.
Giants. The Ravens
Giants beat the Ravens, correct.
Yeah, yep.
The Ravens, there is something wrong there. Yeah, it was a 5.5, I believe, wasn't it, against the Giants?
Yep.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, that's
and we got my man Joe in the chat. My lock of the week is Colts plus 2.5 against the Titans. Interesting.
I don't know what to think about that game. I'm not sure. I don't like the Titans, but I don't know what Colts team is going to show up. So I know Joe. Don't worry, you'll see. I got him locked in for his rushing yards because he'll hit it. We already know that. That's my lock of the week. That's just my lock every week. I'm gonna get a T-shirt made. I even wore a Giants jersey on Monday night on the waiver episode with Joe. Nice, my Victor Cruz jersey. I had to blow the dust off of it. All right, let's get into last week a little bit. Yes, they are. There are some wild ones. I thought they were anyways. We'll go through some of the player props we had. Thursday night game, which was a absolute barn burner, hell of a football game. Thursday night has just been stellar. I think it was 40 possessions at the end of the first half, and nobody scored a touchdown in 40 possessions. That's a lot. I did have the first half under of 19. There was 3 points scored in the first half. I had Fields under his passing attempts, which was under 23 and a half passing attempts. He threw the ball 27 times, so that might be like a new high for him. Abe had, I don't remember. Abe, you can go through your props you had because I can't remember. Oh, I do remember this. Go ahead and say yours, and I'll say it.
I had Wentz's over rushing and Robinson's over rushing. And I had Johnny Bates over 1.5 receptions.
That got voided.
Oh, did it really?
So you're good. Yeah, you don't got to mark that as a loss because I bet that, and it got voided somehow. I guess he didn't play. I don't know, but he got voided.
No, they had some other tight end come in and actually played pretty well. So my money was on Johnny Bates, and
because you made that pick, I picked him up in a damn fantasy league because I needed a damn tight end and got a big old fat 0. So I appreciate that.
Well, sorry, I should have moved it down to long shot bets.
That's awesome. That's so great. Rich had the under the whole game of 38, and they scored 19 points. What a ball game. Abe, of course, Brees Hall over 82.5. That was easy. And over 57.5. Or no, wait, what was it? I thought that was
82.5 rushing and receiving combined, and then 57.5 rushing.
Sorry. I don't.
So he did all of it. Sometimes. He did all of it through the ground himself. So
I think he had 3 plays probably that he did that on. Something like that. Bucks Steelers. I had the Bucks first half -4. I think Brady was still hungover from old Bobby Kraft's whatever kind of wedding he had. I don't know what kind of party favors he was handing out. I kind of got a good guess what they were, but yeah, they suck. I don't know how you lose to the Steelers with they're missing their top 4 cornerbacks and Minkah was out. Like they got guys off the practice squad. They probably, anyways, doesn't matter. They've had Pickens over his receiving yards, which did not hit because Chase Claypool was on fire. With old Mitch. Mitch was out there slinging it again.
Mitch doesn't like Pickens. Pickens is a Pickett guy, and when Mitch comes out there, he doesn't like throwing to a stud young wide receiver. He'd rather throw to Chase Claypool, who doesn't like to play football. So
just sometimes. Ravens Giants. I said the over for Danny Dimes and Lamar Jackson's rushing, but I forgot to look at him because I don't know what I was doing Sunday morning. I ended up at Abe's house and
taking care of Finley.
Taking care of my kid. My wife was out of town, so it was hard to do a lot of things. But I'm sure Danny Dimes did not hit his because he only had 6 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson had 77, so I assume he missed that as well because his is probably usually 80. But
yeah, right.
Maybe it was 77 that game. I'm not really sure. Abe had Mark Andrews to score, which he obviously did because he is like all their offense besides when Lamar wants to run.
That's Mariota.
Rich, that's what I thought. In the Falcons-Niners game, Marcus Mariota, longest run of 12.5, and that hit the over. He had one for 15. I had Tyler Boyd over his catches. I said that if T. Higgins didn't play, and he played, and I didn't, once again, forgot to look, sorry, but he had 6 catches, so I assume he probably hit it because it's probably like 4.5 or 3.5.
It was 4.5.
So, was it?
It was 4.5, and then when Higgins was ruled in, I think it moved to 3.5. So it was 4.5 Saturday.
Hell yeah. Abe had Joe Cool over 1.5 touchdowns, which he did as well. Moving on. I just hit my thing, went wild. The one that broke my heart, of course, was Chubb's over. Yeah, right. Should have known Belichick would have locked him down. He had 56 yards and didn't score. That prop wasn't out when we started, but I know it was not that low.
Not only did he shut Chubb down, he also shut Hunt down.
Yeah.
Shut that whole running team down.
Yes, that's what he does best.
Yeah. Abe had Ramondre over his rushing yards and a touchdown. I didn't look.
He missed his rushing yards by like 5.5. But he was right there. It was close, but he didn't quite get there. But he did score.
Oh, nice. I forgot. Yeah, he did. It was like a 31-yarder. I remember saying that to you when we were sitting there.
Yep.
DJ Moore to score, Abe. That once again did not happen.
I'm done. I'm done. I've gone to the well way too many times. I think
I'm going to start betting that he won't score.
Yeah, I'm done with him. Until he proves something else, I'm done. He's trash to me.
Yeah. Cardinals, they've had Eno Benjamin over his rushing. I didn't hit. I don't know what it was. Kenny Walker over his rushing, and it did hit. Of course, I think we all saw that one coming. That guy's a stud. We kind of knew it too, so it's fun to see.
Winner.
This was, I think, Rich's long shot bet, but it was Allen and Mahomes, 600 plus passing yards and 7 touchdowns.
Actually got a long shot.
That wasn't. It was just yeah. Sorry, I just saw it was probably good odds because it was 7 passing touchdowns. So they threw for 667, but they only threw 5 touchdowns. It's like they weren't trying or something. Rich had the under of the Cowboys-Eagles game of 42, and they scored 43 points. Barely. We don't need to go over our long shots because I don't think anything hit. It wasn't worth a gosh darn. My parlay sucked. Debo did not have 150 scrimmage yards and a touchdown. I don't even know if he scored last week. I don't think he did. But oh well. Moving on. As much as I did do better than last week, this is another pretty stellar week by myself. I was 5-9 last week. I do apologize. Like I said, if you would have bet against me, you'd had a very damn good week though. 9-5 wouldn't have been too terrible. Abe was 6-8. Rich kicking ass again, 10-4. Good shot, buddy. Good work. Appreciate that. Abe and I are both 41, 50, and 3. Rich takes the lead, 45, 46, and 3. So we'll move on. Hopefully, I to be honest, I was scrolling through these games, just sitting here like, I don't know because I'm tired, because I was starting to watch this new TV show and I've been staying up too late and I've been working on my house at the same time, or it's just because I'm just out of it. but oh well. Week 7 is here tomorrow. The buys are the Bills, the Rams, the Vikings, and the Eagles. So some pretty good squads not playing.
Yes.
Part of me wants to change my answer to this one, but I don't think I can. Saints at the Cardinals, Thursday night football. Hopefully they score a couple times. The Cardinals have gotten shellacked at home. I don't think they've won at home. No, they haven't. I looked earlier.
Since last October or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. Is that really what's going on there?
Yeah. It's
I
think when they started at 8-0 last year, and then Green Bay came and beat them. Or 7-0 and Green Bay came and beat them on, I think it was on Thursday night, and that's what started their losing streak at home. And they have not won one since at home.
Damn.
Yeah, that was they should have won one at home against your Raiders, Rich, when the Raiders came back and beat them. I mean, that was the last time I think they've had a lead at home.
True.
Because
very true.
I have the Cardinals here, -2. I don't know. I don't know what to think. To be honest with you, they seem like they're lost, but Hopkins is going to be back. But I don't know what's going on with the Saints. I don't know who's starting at quarterback. I think Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry out again, I think that's just kind of a new thing. I don't think they're just going to kind of hang out and not play.
Hollywood Brown is out.
Yeah, forgot about that. He might be out. Oh, is Bobby Anderson going to play?
He is. He's got they said they have a limited playbook for him. He won't be playing a lot, but they'll have some packages that he'll be in there for.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard yet, Robbie Anderson has been traded to the Arizona Cardinals.
He's got like 6 plays in his playbook because that's all he can figure out. It's like when he was in Carolina.
So even though what you guys said about Cardinals not losing and stuff like that,
we all on
the
them
Cardinals.
Yeah,
we all picked the
Cardinals at home. Yeah.
And we're all picking player props from a Thursday night game. So shocker there.
Of overs, not unders, unfortunately.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
This is just because he's finally back. Hopkins touchdown, and so he's plus 115 to score a touchdown. He's plus 700 for the first touchdown. I'd be honest, I could see him, first drive they go down and he scores, or he has like 2 catches. I don't know, but I do like the Saints in the first half plus 1. I think they kind of come out probably better than the Cardinals, and Kyler does his thing, like in the end of the third, fourth quarter where he like looks like an MVP. But I do like the first half over 21 as well. Abe? We
haven't had 21 points on a Thursday night and forever, and we're sitting there betting on overs in the first half. But I picked the Cardinals also. Obviously, we talked about that all of us are on it. I have Kyler over 1.5 touchdowns. I have D-Hop to catch one of those. I think that they have to get it going, and I think that D-Hop may be a spark for them. And we've seen such terrible Thursday night games. The way the NFL has gone, like when you think that you start having a book on something, like, hey, let's bet unders, let's bet these teams aren't going to score on Thursday night. Once you think that you have kind of a trend, the NFL goes and bucks it. So that's why I'm choosing the Cardinals, to finally win at home, to score some touchdowns. I have Kyler over 1.5 touchdowns. He's only done that twice this year. D-Hop, comes out and catches one. I have a couple other props for the Saints also. I think Kamara has a huge game. I like his over of 99.5 rushing and receiving. I also like him to get in the box and score. And then this is what I really like. I like Callaway over 28.5 receiving yards. He looked really good last week. I didn't watch a lot of their game. But when I did, he looked pretty good. So I like that. I think that's a low number for a game that hopefully has a little bit of up and down on it on a Thursday night. One thing to kind of think about also for Kyler's over at 1.5 touchdowns. No Lattimore once again tomorrow night. So, so that's big for D-Hop or whoever's on the outside for the Cardinals.
Yeah. So as I was typing in my my player prop, Abe beat me to it because he actually finished typing it as I was already starting to type it, but I couldn't change it because I actually went on and this is one of my videos I made on TikTok, our Dollars of Deuces TikTok channel. This is one of the things I made.
By the way, follow that.
What's that?
Sorry, I forgot to tell everybody at the start of the episode to follow that. I told myself earlier today to mention it. I did not.
Yes. So if you're on TikTok, I did start a Dollars to Deuces TikTok channel where I'll be jumping on there. If you guys want to jump on there, I'll give you access to it and stuff. And we'll just, like I said, I'll be doing player props and stuff like that, just shooting quick ones out there that I like through the week as they change. But yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I went, because I already made this pick so that I had to copy you, and I apologize, sir.
No reason to apologize.
Hey, I thought you had a touchdown prop for Rashad Shaheed. That's the guy we saw break that one last week, and I was like, that guy looks good.
Like, who is this guy? He looks fast.
Never seen.
No, I'm on Marquez Callaway instead. So it's no Johnny Bates, but it's Marquez Callaway.
Hey, Callaway usually he has a few catches usually.
Yeah, I thought that was low. I mean, I like to when I kind of think about a couple of players like going into it, I kind of like to guess what their props would be, and when I thought of his, I'm like, oh, it's got to be close to 40. I saw 28.5. I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that right off the bat. So,
yeah. Packers at the Washington football team. Commanders are somehow they're dogs at home. I don't get that, but they're getting 4.5 points at home. You know what? Hey, Rich, why don't you go first?
Hey, only reason why I'm picking the Packers, because I'm going to do the vice versa. What Abe does for me once in a while is I am going to pick. Well, I can't say that. I'm picking the Packers after a horrible loss last week to the Giants and stuff like that. Look, they can't do it.
2 weeks ago. That was pretty shitty.
They can't do it 2 weeks in a row and lose
3 weeks in a row.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well they can do it 2 weeks in a row, but they can't do it 3 weeks in a row. So I am going Packers at -4.5.
Abe,
I'm going with the Commanders. This spread just dropped today. It was 5.5 yesterday when I looked, and it was moved to 4.5 today. So it has dropped. So some people are on the Commanders. Being a Packers fan, obviously I watch a lot of their game, all their games very closely. I just don't know what to think of this team quite yet. I really had high hopes a couple weeks ago. This is their first of 3 road games. After they just got back home coming back from London. So essentially this is their, they're going to have 4 out of 5 road games, one of them being in London. So I think this is an awfully tough stretch for them. But playing the Commanders, I just think, excuse me, I just think that they, hopefully they get it right. And they hand the ball off to Aaron Jones and more Aaron Jones and more Aaron Jones. He's got to be the guy. I mean, he had, Nate, we were talking about it on Sunday when you were here. He had 3 touches in the first half. That's just not right. That's not enough. So I think Aaron Jones has a big game. I think he scores. I also like Lazard over 50 yards. I actually also like Romeo Doubs a little bit. I think Green Bay's offense, simplifies things according to Rodgers, and they get out and they put some points up. But in the end, I don't think they're good enough to cover on the road yet. Until they prove that wrong. They're a team that's kind of in disarray right now. They've never, LaFleur's never lost back-to-back games before. So now he's going on, potentially 3, and then next week they play Buffalo. So, they have a tough stretch. So I hope that they kind of get this right and get back on track this week. And that's why I think that Aaron Jones has a huge game. But I still think that Commanders cover 4.5 at home.
Yeah. I want to agree. I'm taking the Commanders plus 4.5 at home. I mean, I probably should just say the Commanders money line too. I'm sorry, the Packers have no idea what's going on. I think LaFleur, I didn't say it, Abe. He is clueless. The whole coaching staff looks like they have no idea what's going on. They can't win at any level. There is no complimentary football being played. They don't even know what that is. I said it twice this week. I think that Joe Barry is probably watching Alex Smith tape on the Redskins because that's who he thinks starts for them because he's that clueless. I don't get it. I don't know. You're supposed to reevaluate your team at the start of the year, and you're just trying to run the same plays that worked last year with Devontae. He's not here. I don't know if you guys know that or not. He's not on the Packers anymore. What are you doing? You haven't changed at all. It's been the same all year. the defense sucks. You get rid of Spasaccia, the special team still sucks. Abe and I we saw him block a punt. We're like, holy shit, I've never seen the Packers block a punt in my life. And then they get an extra point blocked and a punt blocked for a touchdown. So Sauce Gardner looked like a Pro Bowler, All Pro. He has all year. That dude is phenomenal. I think I said that preseason. I'll have to listen back to some episodes. I don't know if it's Dollars Juices, but something else. But I think I said he was going to be an All Pro, which wasn't like that big of a thing because he's a stud, but still a rookie. Packers stink. Sorry. Love you guys, but god damn, we're terrible. And we got to fire some people. So I hope it's not time for the love train because Aaron's going to retire or leave. But yeah, LaFleur has no idea what's going on. He is a terrible coach. But I like Heineke over 1.5 touchdowns. I think he's going to light him up. And I saw Rich put this down for one of his long shots. I actually put it down as a normal bet because I think
I just saw
Brian
that
Robinson
too and everything, and maybe I shouldn't
touchdown.
have done it as a long shot, but it was a weekly special. Anytime I look at a weekly special, they're a little bit more. I was going through each game, and every weekly special was a real tough one and everything. And I want to try to win a weekly special, a long shot. So I thought this was the easiest one to pick, and you end up picking it as just a regular player prop bet. So.
That's my confidence in my team.
Well, so let me talk about this. Brian Robinson over 100 rushing yards and a TD. It's plus 330. Okay, look, Heineke's is going to be cool. He's going
to be slinging it, dude. That kick and spin it. That Old Dominion guy is a stud. I love him. He should have been starting all year. They shouldn't have wasted time with Carl Wentz.
I agree 100%. Because of Heineke being there, that's why this one seems so easy. And look, Robinson came in last week. And, I mean, he didn't have an all-world performance for his first game back, but he did have 60-plus rushing yards and a TD
60 yards
and stuff like that. And you get Heineke in there now as a QB that he just brings a different aspect to the game than freaking Carson Wentz and everything, which, by the way, I have Carson Wentz in a fantasy football league, and he was my only QB I had left. So now I'm going to be scrambling, trying to find a QB to replace him and everything. But back to Heineke. He's going to open up this game where Brian Robinson's going to look like a stud, and he easily smashes this.
I think Jahan Dotson.
One thing we know, Nate, from watching the Packers so closely, they cannot stop running quarterbacks. I mean, they've never been able to. Their defense.
They can't stop running backs either. Did you see Breece Hall last week?
Yeah, they can't. I mean, but I'm just saying, we made Colin Kaepernick look like the best quarterback I've ever seen in history. And so, and not that Heineke's a running quarterback. But he's so quick and nimble, he's okay with getting out there, and he doesn't care about putting his body out there. I mean, he doesn't care about he's aggressive. He's fun to watch. I'm actually upset that he's playing in this game instead of Wentz. I think we had a better shot at winning if Wentz was playing than we do Heineke.
Well, maybe a better shot if Howell was playing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that maybe too, but Heineke's exciting. I like the kid. I think he's a good quarterback. Is he a good enough quarterback to be starting in the NFL? I don't know about that, but I mean, he's a definite serviceable number 2 that I think is probably better than Wentz.
So why Heineke and not Howell? Why do you think they're going Heineke and not Howell?
Because he's better. He was 7-8 last year as a starter, threw 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. I mean, he's played. And I know Sam Howell's been the number 2 all year, but I think Riverboat Ron is like, hey, we probably should start Heineke instead of dicking everybody around and just having fun.
But you also drafted him and stuff like that, and here's an opportunity to see what you have with him. If he doesn't go well, then you can stick Heineke in there.
I think that the NFC East is so far ahead of them that if they want to have any chance at all, which I don't think they do, they can't take a chance and let Sam Howell play. And he probably just isn't ready.
He might not be ready, but hence another reason why they should be playing him and stuff like that if they're already out of chance of even making a push.
I don't think they think they're out of it, or they don't want the guys to know that they think they're out of it. You know what I mean? That's why they're starting.
Well, you're in a division where the Giants look hella good, Eagles look hella good, Cowboys defense is freaking stellar. Dak is back this week, so man, they're at the bottom of the damn well, man.
Yeah, but the rest of the NFC is so poor,
that
you never know what happens. I mean, I think they are anyways. And I feel like, I don't remember, Chase Young doesn't, I think he retired or something. So that's cool. But I mean, our line sucks. That those guys, the Jets defensive line it looked like they were rushing 9 guys every time.
No, but it was only 3 or 4.
I know. It's not bad.
It was that bad, but
God.
yeah, it looked like it. It felt like it, but no, it was only 3 or 4.
You said
Let's talk about it.
Ain't it a shocker about Chase just disappearing?
Yeah, so I saw something on him today, and it was just he's getting reevaluated again. They just don't know what's wrong with him. So
they need to bring back Darius Geis. That's what the Redskins need to do. That's my guy. I still got him on a bunch of dynasty rosters.
You were a big fan.
Moving on to another undefeated team in the NFC South.
Hey, real quick, did we go over Abe's player props?
Yeah, I did real quick, just saying that Aaron Jones is going to go crazy and Lazard over 50 yards. I when I was briefing how bad the Packers have been, this is my hopeful prop that Aaron Jones goes crazy.
Hey, go ahead and talk about the undefeated Falcons, Abe. That's I can look up another prop.
Yeah, so I jumped on the Falcons bandwagon last week for the first time. The undefeated against the spread Falcons.
Welcome to the team.
And they covered once again last week. They didn't just they won outright, didn't they?
They beat the shit out of them.
Yes, that's right. So I'm jumping on the bandwagon again. I think the Bengals are starting to find their way and their niche. They had a really, really tough schedule to start, and they're playing at home. But I don't know what this is going to look like. But 6.5 points is a lot. So I think the Falcons continue with that against the spread, undefeated record this week. So I have the Falcons plus 6.5 at Cincinnati.
Yeah. So obviously, I've been with the Falcons and I'm staying with the Falcons. I was going on there to do a Mariota player prop again, but Abe beat me to the same one. So since I copied you on it, I couldn't copy another person on it.
Not me. I will never put a Mariota prop up. It was Nate.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was mean. I wasn't going to copy Nate since I already copied you and everything.
Gotcha.
He was going with the same one I was going. So Nate, I'll let you take it away, sir.
Yeah, Mariota over 34.5 rushing yards and the longest run over 13.5. To be honest, I don't even matter who they're playing. It looks like they're like running the old like RG3 offense where like teams don't know how to stop that still. He looks pretty good. He doesn't throw the ball. Sorry if you have any Falcons receivers on your team. He only throws the ball like 10 times. So yeah, the Falcons keeping it rolling, man. I like Abe said, Bengals looking good, but so the Falcons.
So Mariota was going to be my Daniel Jones version of you picking him every week on the rushing and everything. And that's the route I was going until you stole it from me.
You know what? Here, you can have the longest run. I'll move it to your name, but I'm keeping the over the total. That's my go-to.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not a longest run kind of guy normally. I just saw it and I was like, I like that.
That's fair. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Speaking of my guy,
we're all about it. Compromising on here.
Yeah, we're just we're just trying to make a little money together. He's Venmoing me, for my account.
You know what? I'm doing it this week. I'll holler afterwards.
That's fine. Hell, I'll just set you up your own account. You just gotta give me an email.
Gotcha.
We'll just do it that way so you can see your money. Get your own VPN on my phone. Browns traveling to Baltimore. This one was also hard for me to pick. Ravens are giving up 6.5 at home. We all are on the Ravens. I like Chubb over 77.5 yards, of course. I think he gets back on track. I know the Ravens are like a top 7 or 8 rush defense. They're giving up like almost 5 yards a carry, and I think Chubb gets back to his old ways. Mike McDonald is a dipshit compared to Bill. Well, everybody's dipshit compared to Belichick, but not a good defensive coordinator. So yeah, I think Chubb gets back on his horse. I almost picked the Browns just because I don't know what the hell's wrong with the Ravens. They fall apart every single week, it feels like.
I do know what's wrong with the Ravens, and that is their damn defense. Their defense can't hold anybody to anything and stuff like that. I was this close. I actually was typing in Browns, and I backed it off because I'm like, I did it with the Giants. I put the Giants over the Ravens last week and stuff like that, and I kind of felt the same way with the Browns. I feel like they bounce back and have their running game is going to pretty much control this game and everything. But it's at home. You know what? Screw it. I'm going Browns. I'm changing.
God damn it.
Switching it up. I love it. Switching it up.
I should have changed it.
Both of you change it.
No.
Change it. I want to be the only Ravens guy.
No, because
6
if
and
I
a half.
change it to the Browns,
I'm not doing it.
then
Browns.
Jacoby Brissett is going to do really shitty, and I need him to get my third win in bar pigs, Abe.
Yeah. Hey, I like his over rushing yards. I didn't put that on here, but I have the Ravens. Ravens have not looked good as we've discussed. But I've said this time and time again. I'm not sold on the Browns. I think they're a losing organization. Will they cover 6.5? I don't know about that. The Ravens, they can't put a team away. They can't. Their defense has been really awful, except for that Sunday night game against Cincinnati. They looked really good that week, which was going into last week against the Giants. I'm like, well, maybe their defense is getting going again, but it's not good. I mean, they're just not playing well right now. Do I think they're a bad team? No, I think they're good. I think they're going through just kind of a tough time. But I have the Ravens covering 6.5. I don't know if they cover 6.5. I mean, if this would have been 7.5, I definitely would have went Browns. But I just don't think the Browns are playing very good at all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look, like I said, it's 6.5. I'm taking the Browns and stuff like that. Go with your heart.
God, you have to
switch it, Nate. Go switch it.
No, I'm not because I'm not. They stink. They both stink. But the Ravens, I think Harbaugh and the Khakis are going to turn it around this week. Giants traveling to Jacksonville. Jaguars are. This is weird to me. I can't believe the Giants are getting 3 points on the road. But like I said, the Giants, I think they look good. They feel like they're just like I'm not going to call it like situational football. They've been good. It's just like very timely football. Like it's like things happen and they just make some good plays. They don't get out of their comfort zone. They just stay where they need to be. Like Dayball has done a great job. Wink Martindale should be a head coach somewhere. He looks that their defense is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like they're just like very opportunistic. And like I just said, they do not get out of their comfort zone. And I think that helps Danny Dimes and the rest of the team. I know he has nobody to throw to. Wan'Dale Robinson scored a touchdown. And great. Kadarius Toney and Galladay, I think they're just done. They must hang out. I feel like because they don't want to play football. So I like, of course, Danny Dimes rushing over 34.5. I know the Jaguars defense is stingy, but I didn't look at the line, stats. Did Lawrence play like shit last weekend?
He did not throw the ball.
Yeah,
well.
he's starting to trend the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So back to normal. Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. Give me the Giants. Abe.
I like the Giants in this also. It's hard for me to pick against the Giants when they're getting points on the road. They've been road dogs all year long, and they've covered and won straight up. I think 4 road games, if not, I know 3 for sure. So I'm taking the Giants here. I mean, this is just a team that's just finds a way to win. I mean, and in the NFL, when you get rolling and you get confidence in your team, you may not be the better team on paper. You may not be the better team on the field, but when you have confidence and you know that you can come down and win wherever you play, I just think that's kind of what the Giants are doing right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're not, they don't have any fantasy football studs on their team by any means. So a lot of people are like, what's good with this team? Besides Saquon, I should say. So what's good with this team? But they keep finding a way to win, and that's impressive in this league. And when you roll with that and you get on a run doing that in this league, that tends to domino. And I think that's what they're doing. My one prop that I really like on this game is ETN over 48.5 yards rushing. We have talked about the Giants as a good defense, but ETN is finally getting rolling himself. We watched him, Nate, here a little bit. He doesn't look as explosive as he did in college, but he's looking better and better every week. His snap share is going up every week. So I like ETN to get over 48.5 yards rushing.
Yeah, and as much confidence that you're talking about the Giants, the one player that does have tons of confidence is Barkley and everything. He's killing it. I'm taking the over once again on him, 76.5 rushing yards. Obviously, I'm picking the Giants too. They're just on a roll. Jaguars are going in the wrong direction. Trevor Lawrence is starting to look like last year's Trevor Lawrence. But before we move on to the next game, Nate, you are just focused on a game that's going on. Tell us what's going on with that game.
Yeah, the Blues and the Kraken are playing. And
the
Blues look
Krakens
like
again.
shit right now.
2 episodes in a row. We're talking about the Krakens.
They always play these late games because out there in Seattle. But the Blues look like shit right now. It's 3-2, 6 minutes to go in the second period, which is fine.
You have any picks on this? Any bets?
I got the Blues plus or Blues minus 1.5. So they need to get their shit together here and get the goddamn puck out of the zone and go score. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Jesus Christ!
Put the puck in the net. Why is it so hard?
It's not hard. Just get it out of the zone so you can breathe for a minute. God damn. Anyways, yeah, it's a barn burner over here. I've been getting my ass kicked the last 3 nights on FanDuel. I just need to not get on there for a while. But you get bored at home, when the kid goes to sleep and the wife's asleep. It's well, what do I do? Let's get on FanDuel and see what's live right now. Then before you know it, there's no money in there.
And just so you know, all our player props and player lines, we are going making our picks through DraftKings.
Yeah, yes. I did forget to say that. Sorry. Sorry, man. This is what I do.
So I'm here.
Lions traveling to Jerry World to play the Cowboys. The Cowboys are sorry, I can't talk. Favorites at home, 7 points. Lions are road dogs. I want to hear why you guys want to pick the Lions. So, Money Rich, go first.
So Dak is back. Supposedly, it's gonna take a couple games. They're saying he's supposed to be back. Have I heard something different?
No, I think he is.
So he got cleared today. So
once again, he is back, and I think it's gonna take a game or two for him to get into his flow zone. So they ain't gonna look too good. Their defense is gonna look good and everything. So that's the reason why I'm picking the under at 49 between this game. But I do like the Lions. Look, they've been on a bye. They have a week to kind of game plan for this game. So I like the Lions at +7 to make it within a 3-point game and everything. Cowboys might win, but it's going to be within 3 points with Dak back. He's going to take a week for him to get back into the things.
Abe?
I like the Lions +7. There's not a whole lot to it. I think that Dallas, they have the excitement of Dak coming back and the Lions coming, into town. Everyone, Lions are laughing stock until, they went on their little, scoring spree that they had to start the season. But I think the Cowboys go into this game and think hey, we can go ahead and beat the Lions this week. They're not a problem. We can go ahead and beat the Bears the week after. They're not a problem. And that tends to not bode very, very well in the NFL. Let's not forget everyone's professionals. So I just think I don't think the Cowboys struggle in this game, but I just don't think they're themselves, and I don't think that they're automatically gonna come in here and dominate a team by Dak coming back. They could go and just blow out the Lions. That could very well easily happen, but the Cowboys have not been putting up a ton of points themselves. They relied a lot on their defense. So I don't know if they completely shut down the Lions, like the Patriots did a couple weeks ago. But the Lions coming off a bye week, sometimes that's really good for teams. Sometimes it's not. I think that, the Lions are Swift should play this week. I'm on Ross St. Brown should play this week.
Go. I was going to say that.
And when those guys come out, that's a better team. And I just think that obviously I talk about Micah Parsons every week on the show, how dominant he is. But you can have games like this where you just kind of lay an egg after you go play a big Sunday night football game against your rival in the Eagles. You made a comeback at it. Now you think, hey, all is right in Jerry World. We have Dak coming back. We're on top of the world. We're going to be fine. And then you go lay an egg against the Detroit Lions or Chicago Bears team. So do I think the Cowboys win? Yes. Do they cover? I don't know. If I'm going to take anything, I want to take some points in this on a team that just come off a bye.
Everything you said is 100% correct, sir. Abe, you're a good man.
I think the Lions defense is really bad. Dak picked a good week to come back. They're extremely slow and they're just not good. I know that the Lions were, like you said, they top 2 scoring offense in the NFL for a while. But I think the Cowboys showed last week with Cooper Rush that they could hang with the Eagles, who are top 3-4 team in the NFL. Maybe you could say top 2. I don't care. Whatever. It's up to you. But I don't think that. But, I think that it's hey, this is our backup quarterback, and we hung with the team that's 6-0. I think that gives them some confidence. And I think that if Kellen Moore, you know what, that damn it, I shouldn't have picked. I didn't mean to swear there. I shouldn't have picked Cowboys because Kellen Moore is going to try to do a bunch of dumb shit now that Dak is back. They're not going to stick to what has been doing them well. So they probably held. The Lions might win this goddamn game. But I like Cowboys minus 7 still. Lions aren't going to win. I'm just saying that shit.
I love it.
Cowboys minus 7.
One thing to think about, and this is something I think I talked about on like a show maybe last week or the week before. One thing to think about is CeeDee Lamb. I'm a big fan of I don't know how many games he has of 100 yards receiving or more. He only has one with Dak. Out of all of his 100-yard receiving games he has, which is not too many because he hasn't had a ton in his career, but he's only had one with Dak. One with Dak. So Dak loves Dalton Schultz. He loves his security blanket. He loves dropping that ball off quickly. So just kind of keep that in mind that you think now that you got Dak coming back that CD is going to start exploding. They have not really teamed up that great.
They need to run the ball more with Dak. I thought Kendall was at your house right now. That's why you were hating on Dak. But I forgot you don't like Dak either. And I don't really like Dak either.
I don't mind Dak. I don't mind Dak. I don't think he's, I just think sometimes the game is a little bit too quick for his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving on. I don't know how this spread is 11. Buccaneers traveling to Carolina to meet PJ Walker and the Panthers. Panthers are getting 11 points at home. Rich, you got a player prop. Why don't you go first?
Yeah. Did it change? Because I thought it was a different.
It was 10.5.
Okay.
I changed it tonight.
Okay, that's what I was like. I mean, it's just still. I mean, that's easy to take the Panthers and stuff after the performance the Buccaneers had last week, but this could easily switch on all of us. But McCaffrey over 39.5 receiving yards. They did already rule that PJ gosh dang, I can't his last name.
PJ
Walker, there you go. He is going to be the starting QB this weekend. So I like him to keep McCaffrey involved any chance possible, rushing and receiving. Probably should have looked at what the line was for the over for rushing and receiving for McCaffrey. But I just went with the receiving yards because Buccaneers defense is pretty good against the rush. So that's why I only went with the receiving yards. I think he makes his hay this week in the receiving game.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I'm picking Panthers.
I'm picking the Panthers also. I just keep waiting on Brady to come out and just pound the crap out of a team. Do it, his Brady-like things now that he's got his weapons back on the outside. And he just doesn't do it. I mean, last week, as much as I was disappointed that Green Bay got beat by the Jets, who are 4-2, I mean, all I kept thinking about was, think about if you're a Buccaneers fan. I mean, you travel to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has 6 starting defensive players out. All 4 of their starting corners were out. Maybe even 7. Someone said 7, but what I read was 6. But so you have 6 or 7 of your starters out, and Brady can't throw 2 touchdowns is just, in my opinion, absolutely pathetic. And so I just don't get what's going on with the Buccaneers. Like I don't get what's going on with the Rams. Like I don't get what's going on with the Packers. But it is early. I mean, we shouldn't overreact too much to these teams because they should get it going at some point. The Buccaneers have had the Steelers last week, the Panthers this week. They have opportunities to beat these teams, and they're not doing it. So that's why I'm picking the Panthers at home plus 11. Does that mean that Tampa Bay can come out and win this game 31-3? They absolutely could, but they have not shown it yet to this point that they're a dominant team like they were last year. I don't know if it's stuff off the field. They've had some injuries on the offensive side. Their defense is still good, but if you're going out and getting beat by a combination of Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky and a defense that's missing 6 or 7 starters for a team that may only get 6 wins this year, that doesn't say that you can go on the road again and beat a team that has looked bad also. I mean, let's be honest. The Panthers, every week I'm like, hey, they're 10.5-point dogs at the Rams. Let's pick them. They're 11-point dogs against the Buccaneers at home. Let's pick them. And they're not covering either. They're not playing that well either. But at the same time, you're playing at home against a familiar team that you face a lot. So I think that playing at home and you're a double-digit dog, I got to go with a team that's getting 11 points.
Yeah, I had to make sure. I had to go back and look while you were talking to make sure I didn't pick Buccaneers minus 11, even though I'm picking Panthers to pick the spread like I did on a game last week.
You're just hedging your bet.
Yeah. One of
I
them's going
can't
to hit.
take credit for it. I heard somebody say this the other day, and it made me laugh a lot. They were talking about how poor the game was for the Bucs. They're like, "God damn, the only person who gets any separation on the Buccaneers is Tom Brady," because that made me laugh a lot. I can't say that because that makes me feel bad, but they look like shit. I don't know what I mean. I know the Panthers. I don't even know who the interim coach is, to be honest. I forgot. But yeah, I give the Panthers plus 11. That's a lot of points. Buccaneers look like hell. Prove me wrong, I guess. This is probably the week. So I could use some Mike Evans points. Colts traveling to Tennessee. Abe, you know what? Actually, we'll let Abe go last. So I like the Colts. I don't know why. Hopefully Matt Ryan, he looks good. Michael Pittman looks great. Alec Pierce looks good. I hope that they can keep that going. I don't know if Shaq Leonard's playing or not. It doesn't matter. He hasn't played all year, so it's not like it's not like it affects them anymore, I don't think. But I like the Colts getting 2.5 points on the road. They finally put it together last week when we all picked the Jaguars. So
yeah. I picked the Colts
Rich?
too. I was looking at player props for this game, and man, I just didn't like any of them. To be honest with you, the only reason why I picked the Colts is because I picked up the Colts defense in one of my leagues because they're projected to score 14 points. So why not? Let's go with the Colts and hold that Titan defense to 0 or something like that. Even though Titans are at home.
So I have the Titans are minus 2.5, and this game was actually really difficult for me. I talked about it quite a bit. I was on the Colts bandwagon preseason to start the season, and they just have not lived up to the bill. Are they playing better? Absolutely. I just have the Titans minus 2.5 just solely because they're at home. And it's under a field goal. That's the only reason why I picked it. They're coming off a bye week also. So I don't really have a lot of rhyme or reason as to why I picked the Titans over the Colts. But I just, I don't know if, will Johnny Taylor be back this week? It sounds like it, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I don't know that for sure, but I have the Titans minus 2.5. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason as to why it is besides them playing at home.
Abe, you are making a smart move because there should be no reason why me and Nate are picking the Colts this week. Don't know what's going to happen with Taylor if he's playing at all this week. Maybe it's the mirage we saw from last week that me and Nate picked the Colts. So this might be a stellar pick for you.
We better hope so, because if it's an afternoon game, I'm not very good in those. I think I was 1-5, or I think I was 1-5 after the noon games last week. So the Sunday morning or Sunday noon games, I'm pretty solid at, but then after that, it gets pretty ugly. So hopefully this game's at noon. So I think it is. So we'll see.
Yeah, sorry, it's tied up. I was pissed off. I think I turned my mic back on. Texans traveling to Las Vegas. Raiders are giving 7 points at home. Texans, I don't know. Maybe things are different after the bye for them. Probably not. I picked the Raiders because I didn't know who to pick here. Surely they're gonna play well at home, right, Rich?
Yeah, well, I think we all picked the Raiders to win this game, even though Abe is picking the Texans. But I'll let him make it. I'll let him know. I'll tell you why, and then I'll comment afterwards. But
yeah.
Hey,
So
look,
I'm just doing this again for my guy Rich, man. I'm doing it for him. So I have the Texans plus 7.
You
the
know
only
that
reason
didn't
why I
work for
do
me
it is
last week.
just
The last time you did that, it didn't work for us.
Yeah, we're gonna try it again. So Texans plus 7. I'm doing it for Rich. I thought this was a pretty good spread when I saw it. That's exactly kind of where I had it. I do have some props in this game though. I like Carr over 1.5 touchdowns. I like Dameon Pierce over 65.5 rushing yards. I like Nico Collins over 40 receiving yards. I think this game gets some points scored in it. I know that's a rarity right now in the NFL, but this might be a week. We might be a week or two away from seeing some explosion, explosive games in the NFL. I don't know if the bye weeks this week without having the Bills and the Eagles and the Vikings, if it will happen this week or not. But we got to start seeing some points. They got to lower the mound or something. We got to do something in the NFL to make this right and get some points scored. So at one point it's going to happen. I think that this week is a good spot for the Texans and Raiders to put up some points. So that's why I like those props.
So great. I like the Nico Collins pick because Nate Hobbs has already been ruled out. He actually went on IR. He is their best corner. So he'll be out this game. So he should have.
Whoa! Stop. Rocky Sin is the best corner on the Raiders.
Go look at PFF. Nate Hobbs is the better cornerback. He's shall I say PFF. Charles Woodson look.
Do not compare him to Charles Woodson.
I'm just saying it now. Charles he Woodson. Is going to go down as one up there with Mr. Charles Woodson. Mark it right now. Nate Hobbs is a stellar player. But with that being said, Rock Ya-Sin should have a stellar performance too because he is.
How do you not have a Rock Ya-Sin jersey yet?
Because I would prefer to have a Diablo or a Nate Hobbs jersey.
I don't like this Nate Hobbs guy.
Rock Ya-Sin might not be with us maybe 2 years down the road where the other two will be. I do have a player prop, Adams over 79.5 receiving yards. I'm not 100% sure if Waller's been cleared for this game, if he's going to be available for this game. But if he's not, Waller and Adams, let me rephrase this. Adams and Renfro should have a stellar performance this game after a bye week. We need to set things right. We need to go on a 4-5 winning game streak to get back in the hunt of this division.
Is there a prop for Renfro to fumble?
There is. You know what? I didn't see it because I was too busy trying to look for Josh Jacobs prop, which they haven't had.
I don't think they have those props, but they need to have that one. I'd bet that one.
I'm gonna look to see if I'm probably gonna go on there and send you some money. You're not hearing that, but Josh Jacobs is gonna finish as a top 5 running back this season. Just saying.
That's contract year. Be a good year to do it, and then go somewhere and just not do anything.
He's looked good.
He has. He's looked awesome. It's been when he I see him break one. I'm like, holy shit! Who's that? Look, that's Josh Jacobs looking good.
Yeah.
Next game, Jets at the Broncos. Abe.
I just have the Broncos because they're playing at home. I think the Jets was really, really I don't know if anyone saw this or not, but what Sauce Gardner said is something I don't know how true this is, but when Green Bay chose the London game, you do get to choose if you want to bye week that week, the week after, or you get to play at home. And then Sauce Gardner said that that the Packers also got to choose who they get to play. I don't know how true that is or not, but he said that, and he's like, "Hey, we heard that the Packers chose to play us after they were in London because it was kind of like a bye week." I don't know if he was exaggerating all that stuff or not. So they had that. I think they had that game circled on their calendar. What's that?
There's no way you get to pick who you play.
That's what he said, but I don't know how true that is. I know you get to choose if you want to buy or not.
And he was just doing that to make him and that team look good.
So I think that they played awesome last week. They looked great. They beat the heck out of the Packers. To go and have a big win like that, I kind of see a letdown week. And you guys know that I am not a Broncos fan. I'm not a Russ fan. I think they're terrible. I've not been on their. I thought they were going to be a bad team. Not bad, but I didn't think they were going to be a good team all year. And that's been proven. And by what they did this past week at the running back situation, just goes to prove my point that it is. I mean, I cannot believe that you sit Javonte for Mel Gordon, and then all of a sudden Javonte gets hurt, and you sit and don't even play Mel Gordon for Latavius Murray, and even Mike Boone didn't really play it much. So I don't
makes no sense at all.
It makes zero sense whatsoever. But either does the NFL, and so that's why I'm picking the Broncos minus 1.5.
Okay, yeah, so me and Nate, we both got the Jets. Go ahead.
Nathaniel Hackett comes from Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur has no idea what the hell is going on, so neither does Hackett. So that makes sense. That's why. Because God damn it, I get so mad thinking about it. I don't know what was going on. The Broncos, I don't know if they score 1.5 points. So give me the Jets plus 1.5 in a low-scoring battle. The Broncos suck. Russ Wilson is God, he is so bad. And it's so funny. Yeah, let's ride, dude.
Not only does he have a pectoral injury, now they're saying he has a calf injury.
Oh, every week they come up with something. I mean, just say he stinks. I mean, he's not that good. He's not. I mean, he's just not that good anymore.
Hey, so we got our man Cletus in the chat. Should I start ETN or Robinson?
Is it a PPR?
Cletus, let us know what's going on,
Cletus,
man.
I like your
PPR.
mustache.
I like ETN
I'm digging it.
regardless, but I like
I'm digging
ETN
FTU,
more.
but I like the
I
mustache
think
and I like Cletus.
I gotta go ETN. I gotta go
Yeah,
ETN.
I'm going ETN too.
Yep, me too.
I think the Jimmy Robinson show is kind of over.
Fading off.
Yeah,
definitely
ETN.
Definitely ETN then.
You got anything else to say about the shitty ass Broncos, Rich, or are we just saying go Jets?
Go Jets.
Jets. Chiefs at Niners. Finally, a good game to talk about. Jesus Christ. I like the Niners. I think their defense matches up well with the Chiefs. The Chiefs kind of didn't look that great last weekend, but I don't know. I just think the Niners get back on track. They're finally at home. They've been traveling to the East Coast or thereabouts, the last couple of weeks. So I think Jimmy G and the boys have a good game, and the Chiefs are. I don't know how I'm going to say prime for a letdown, but I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it'll be a very, very good game. But I like the Niners at home. Abe?
I like the Niners also. Nothing against the Chiefs. I've been, high on the Chiefs side, since I guess since week 2 or 3. The last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been thinking, man, this team's better than what I thought they were going to be. But I think that both these teams coming off a loss, and then the Chiefs going out to the West Coast and playing. I just think the 49ers are fit with their defense to have a good game, and then obviously it's scoring some points. I'm not sold on the Chiefs defense yet. They obviously they held Buffalo to 24 points, which was solid, but I think both those coaches went in that game last week saying we need to manage the clock, and we need to, instead of getting in a shootout like they had in a playoff game where it can be anyone's game in 30 seconds, to manage the clock so it's not like that. I think the Chiefs get back to their ways of trying to air it out a little bit, and I think that they struggle a little bit with the pass rush of the Niners. So I have the Niners getting points at home at +2.5 to cover.
I am real shocked that you guys both picked the 49ers. Remember beginning of the season, before the season was starting, we were talking about how the both divisions, the Chiefs division and the 49ers divisions, were going to be the true stellar divisions to watch and everything, and truly beating each other up, which we were right. They were the two divisions to really watch, but they are truly beating each other up through within their division and stuff like that. None of their teams are performing like we actually thought they would. But man, the fact that you guys are picking the 49ers over the Chiefs after they just got embarrassed by the Bills is, to me, the 49ers they just don't look right.
Wait.
Chiefs had a bad game. I get it. But I think they bounced back.
Beat by the Falcons, who are undefeated.
Say what?
The 49ers got beat by the Falcons, who are undefeated.
I know, but I'm talking about.
Got embarrassed by the Bills.
Well, that's okay. I apologize if I worded that wrong. But the fact
I thought you said the Bills backwards. That's my fault.
Okay, I got you. Chiefs bounced back in a big way in this game, I feel like. Now, they're not going to blow them away. I think the 49ers defense is what they are, and they're going to hold the Chiefs a little bit under and everything. But easily, I see the Chiefs winning this game by a touchdown. But with that being said, it's going to be a low-scoring game due to the fact of the defense of the 49ers, how good they've looked and everything. So I'm picking the Chiefs -2.5 and taking the under of 48.5 on this game.
Okay. Hey, it was close, but I got to go with the Niners. Seahawks, Chargers, Sunday Night Football. No, it's not. That's Sunday afternoon. Sorry. There's 2 more games. I'm by myself on an island here. Give me the Seahawks. They've been, I don't know why, somehow, but they've been looking good somehow. Their defense looks really, really good. And I hate Brandon Staley, and he makes that team stink. So Justin Herbert, over 1.5 touchdowns. Abe, I hope you get that prop because God damn it.
Yeah, DraftKings made a lot of money. DraftKings made a lot of money on Monday night with that prop by having Herbert to throw 1 touchdown, move from -800 to even money. So hopefully Herbert has heard about it enough through social media. He goes out and slings a few touchdowns at home against Seattle. So I have the Chargers to cover 6. I think that's damn near an impossible feat to do because they're not that good, and the Seahawks are playing really good. But eventually, the Chargers are the better team. So I have Chargers -6. I think Herbert goes out and throws. He better go out and throw 2 or 3. He's not on a lot of good radars right now, considering he was picked to be the number 1 or 2 quarterback for fantasy this year, and he's just not performing. And then on top of that, he can't throw a touchdown when even money odds hit on a boost on DraftKings. So that's why I picked the Chargers -6.
I'm going to start picking them by coaches, by the way. I like Pete Carroll more than I like Brandon Staley. Give me Pete Carroll and the Air Monarchs.
Makes sense. That's good reasoning right there. So it ain't any correlation that Chargers haven't really done too well because they've been missing one of their key players that is coming back this week, Keenan Allen. Now, I'm not saying that's all because of him not being out and everything, but he does change the aspect of that offense when you have Allen in there, Mike Williams, Eckler. I mean, they just haven't performed to what they do. I'm hoping that with Allen coming back, it changes the dynamics of their offense and everything. Now, I know their tight end, their younger tight end that they drafted, he's going to be out for this game. So Cook could have a big game in this and really take advantage of him being out and Keenan Allen being there. So hence the reason with Allen being back is the reason why I'm picking the Chargers -6.
One thing for fantasy players, keep in mind if you are a Keenan Allen owner, be a little bit cautious this week because they do have a bye week next week. So I think that what they're doing with him is just going to go out and test him a little bit, see what he can do, not push him to the limits and get him every rep and play 90% of the snaps. I think he's going to have some limitations just so they get him out there and then they have a bye week to recover with it. So if you're thinking about putting some bets down on Keenan Allen, just be a little bit cautious because I don't think he's going to have his full workload as what he would coming back after the bye if he doesn't have any setbacks.
Hey, is J.C. Jackson healthy?
Yes, he just got benched.
He's healthy.
Oh, yeah,
he
so Brandon Staley just doesn't play him? Yeah, good idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. It's like not giving the ball to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, just a good idea. It's that coaching tree.
So real quick, I was going on there to see if there was any player props on this game for Keenan Allen. They haven't posted anything, but while I was here, I was looking at the weekly special for this game. Austin Eckler and Kenneth Walker, 200-plus rushing yards and 2 rushing TDs or receiving TDs combined. What's your thoughts?
I still think Eckler gets that many rushing yards. Like I think that if you want to split this down the middle, I think that Kenny Walker gets 100, and I don't know if Eckler gets 100 rushing yards. Do they get the 2 TDs? Yeah,
I like that.
But I just don't know if he can. I don't know if Eckler can get to 100 rushing yards in this game. But I mean, you never know. I mean, they may pound the rock quite a bit and try to get to a bye week. Yeah.
I just saw in our chat
too. He got a lot of touches last week. He got a lot of touches.
Cletus had another question for us, and this one's going to tug at Abe and I's heartstrings. So I don't think we should answer this question. Should I drop DJ Moore and pick up Tyler Boyd? Do you have anybody else you can drop? I can't do it yet. I can't. I won't do it. I have Tyler Boyd on a lot of rosters. I'm not dropping DJ Moore for him though. I can't do it.
So I'm not dropping DJ Moore for Tyler Boyd due to the fact that they just traded away Robbie Anderson. Let's see what happens another week. I get it. Put him on your bench. If there's anybody else you could drop for Tyler to pick up Tyler Boyd, I would probably do it besides DJ Moore. Let's wait a week or two to see how the offense turns around with Robbie Anderson not there, and maybe they focus more on DJ Moore like they should be, but maybe they turn it to their other rookie receivers from last year. They had 2 stellar receivers that they drafted last year that really hasn't been given the opportunity yet, and I really like them to get the opportunity.
Like Abe and I talked about last week. Yeah, I can't drop him. I can't. Won't do it. No. Sunday Night Football, Steelers traveling to Miami. I like Dolphins -7. Tua I think's back. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. So that's the most dangerous job in America. I heard that on a podcast the other day, being the Dolphins quarterback. So give me the Dolphins.
I have the Dolphins also. Nothing else to say. I just have the Dolphins -7 at home on Sunday Night Football. Hopefully we get Tua and Tyreek and Waddle and all those guys back going again because that was fun the first couple of weeks for fantasy lovers. A lot of points scored with those guys, so that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I guess I'm the odd man out because Mitch Gokowski, is that what you say, Nate? Mitch Gokowski, the GOAT?
No, Mitch Berg. I'm pretty sure gosh darn it, Kenny Pickett's starting.
Oh,
if he If he clears protocol, he's starting.
If he can go, he's the starter, they said.
Well, the only reason why I picked the Steelers because I thought maybe Mitch was going to be playing this game. I'm going to stick with it. I think it's going to be a close game. If the Steelers just did what they did to freaking Buccaneers.
If Mitchburg starts, dude, he just spins it. Like, he just doesn't care. That's why he played so well. But
he's got nothing to lose. I mean, he doesn't have anything to lose.
He already lost his job. So
yeah, I mean, what else are you going to lose? So
yeah, and Cletus, look, I see your message. I got Cup and JJ, but they are on buys, and I'm starting Ayuk. I still want to see what other options are that before you drop DJ Moore.
Man,
Steelers. I'm picking Steelers.
Yeah, you got Cup and JJ just to do it. Doesn't even matter. You start 2 receivers. You don't even need a third guy unless you have to, I guess. And you'll be fine the rest of the year. Sunday Night Football. Bears, Patriots. That's Monday Night Football. Gonna be a great game. Great game. We're all on the Patriots. These are my great bets. This is back to my normal self. Pats -4.5 first half. First half under 20, and the total under 40. Lock it in. Abe?
I have the Patriots to win also. We'll talk about this in a few minutes. One guy to look out for if you're kind of looking for a long shot wide receiver that may have some juice to put in your lineup eventually is Tyquan Thornton, a guy that's lengthy, really long, quick, out of Baylor. Finally got some touches last week. Played about 60% of the snaps last week. Once Aguilar was down and Kendrick Bourne was out. Tyquan Thornton, guy that's fast, he can run. He's one guy to kind of keep on your radar. Is he someone I would go out and run to the waiver wire to pick up? No, but if you're hurting at wide receiver, he probably wouldn't be a bad guy to go look at. Is to kind of take as a long shot that it could put up some numbers later on in the season. It's hard for me to like Patriots running backs or wide receivers besides Ramondre, just because I've been burnt like hell doing it for years. But he's one guy that I think has the upside, has good hands, has the length, has the speed, to be a real good wide receiver for them, and to possibly be a number 2 behind Jacoby Myers. So, and he can stretch the field. So I have the Patriots -8.
Yeah. Rich?
Yeah, you guys said enough. I don't really got much to say about this game. It's that Passer beating the Bears should be an easy win. It is one of my 5 picks that I got easily. And real quick, see, he has Singletary, Etienne, Montgomery, and Robinson. I'd rather drop Singletary than DJ Moore, and that's hard for me to say, but I'd rather do that.
Nope.
No,
dude, he had a lot of carries. I thought
Singletary, he had a bad game last week.
Well, actually,
you know what? That might have been the week before because I didn't get to watch any games this past week.
Until Montgomery shows that he's not their guy, which he shouldn't be, I'll drop James Robinson for Tyler Boyd. I'll say it. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point of you having Etienne and Robinson. I'd rather have Etienne in that out of those two. So, yeah, there's no way you're going to be playing both of those players in your starting lineup. So, now that you said that, I'd drop Robinson. Kamara is his main running back too currently.
Yeah, I would. Out of all those guys, I would not drop DJ Moore. I would drop Robinson also. I mean, it's hard to drop him, and someone may go snatch him up on the waiver wire, and you may regret it and stuff. But I think for what you're looking at, your team you're looking at, I think your best bet if you need to fill a wide receiver, because JJ's on bye this week, and you want to go get someone, like to fill in with a Boyd this week. I would do it that way and get rid of Robinson. I hope that's James Robinson, not Brian Robinson.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's Brian Robinson. Don't drop him.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Good call.
All right, long shot bets of the week. Hey, this one's for Rich. Devontae Adams, over 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, plus 1,100. Give it to me.
I like it. I like it very much.
By the way,
I'm going to copy Nate, Brian Robinson Jr. plus 100 rushing yards, and to me, that was an easy long shot. That's the reason why I picked it.
My long shot is the Patriots to win by 17 plus and the Bears to score less than 7. There's not odds out for that yet, but that is something I will play. I think there is. Is it really?
Well, so DraftKings has these bands you can bet where it's like how many points the team will score. I just saw it today. Bears total 0 to 10 points plus 200.
Yeah. So I really like that a lot. I think this game is 23-6. I don't, if they get 6, I don't know that. So I think that Belichick shuts them down and the Bears don't. I think we get a yawner for Monday night. I think the Thursday night game moves to Monday night this week.
Yeah. Hey, cheers. Did you pour a shot, Abe, or you got?
No, I didn't. I'll go do one right now.
All right. We'll go on to our circa bit picks. While you're doing that. I just lost it. Went too fast.
My 5. I'll go ahead and start. My 5 for this week. Go ahead.
You had 1 point last week. I don't remember even your picks.
Yeah, I apologize.
I had 2. No, I said I had 2 points last week. Abe had 3 points. Abe is demolishing us, Rich. By the way, we gotta do something and get back in this son of a bitch. And you had 1 point. The ones I hit, I think I had the Vikings and the Bengals were the only ones I hit last week. So yeah, let's just move on to the good stuff. Who we're picking? Rich, go ahead.
So I got the Cardinals -1.5, Packers -5.5, Chiefs -3, Pats -8, and Raiders -7.
I do like those picks though, but you're gonna miss one for sure because the Packers sure as hell ain't covering. Abe, go ahead. Cheers.
I got
cheers.
Giants I got the Giants +3, Patriots -8, Commanders +5.5, Panthers +11, and 49ers. Now that spread when I first put this was 3. Now it's 2.5. So those are my top 5: Giants, Patriots, Commanders, Panthers, Niners. 4 of the 5 are getting points, and the one that's not is the Patriots playing at home against the Bears.
Yeah, I feel like I copied yours, Abe. After I was typing them in, I looked, you're about the same. So I also like the Giants and the Falcons and the Commanders. But my difference, give me the Seahawks in there +6 and then the Patriots -8. So, yeah, a lot of teams getting points. And I feel pretty good about those, better than I have. So, yeah, hopefully it's the week that I score more than 2 points. So, hey, cheers, guys.
This is the week I score more than Abe.
Hey, we're all chasing him.
Cheers.
Hey, yeah. Well, you guys got anything else before we get on out of here? I know we went a little long tonight, but I had to wax poetic and, about how good my Packers are. So,
once again, if you have TikTok, look up @Deuces as we'll be dropping player props. I'll be dropping all kinds of stuff throughout the week and try to be more involved on that and just kind of throw some more shots out that we got on the show. I'll probably go back and do a little rewind and kind of make some prop our players out there, the picks that we made on TikTok. So give us a follow there and give us a follow here. Like the channel, like the show, give us a 5-star review, all that. After you
don't overreact. The season's still somewhat young. Relax. Keep cheering for your teams. Keep doing what you're doing in fantasy football. Don't overreact and trade off guys that haven't done much. So keep doing what you're doing. Things will get better. Cream always rises to the top. And keep playing against Packers.
Oh yeah. Hey, hey, it's great. It's a great day to have a great day. Just remember that every day. That's what I would say. So
yes.
Oh yeah. Right. We'll see y'all next week. Good luck and good gambling.